said you bought a racetrack?
Well, we got her stick on a lag.
We were wondering why she's smoking.
What do you mean gone?
The whole radiator's gone.
Yeah, he's swinging. Look at that.
What's the day in the life of owning 100 acres? Do you just, sit here in the skid steer all day while I swim in rod bearings from Subarus? All right, so we're in your truck. You said you bought a racetrack?
So getting up, Dalton, that's something really cool to show you today. Are you excited to see the racetrack?
I'm so excited. Ever since you told me, I've just been shaking. Look at that.
Well, I mean, who doesn't want a racetrack?
Yeah.
Everybody wants a racetrack. It needs a little bit of work.
Oh.
But it's a racetrack.
Oh, is it like all planned out and everything?
Oh yeah, it's already all there.
Oh.
Like,
So excited.
all we gotta do is clean it up.
Think we can maybe race next week?
Oh yeah, we'll be racing in no time. Well, we're here.
Where's the racetrack?
This is it.
Where?
What do you mean? This is the racetrack. You gotta visualize. Use your imagination.
Oh, I kind of see a little path that way.
This is turn number 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we didn't actually buy a racetrack, but we bought what will be a racetrack. So it's kind of the same thing. We just bought 100 acres in Alexander County, North Carolina. I was born and raised, Dalton as well. This is our new spot. So right now it's completely wooded, only one kind of path in it. We don't even have access to drive into. So right now we walked in, doing a bit to work, cutting out an entrance, clearing out some brush, underbrush, just so we can see what the land looks like. Start building a racetrack. Get it. So we basically have 2 options for a driveway. Currently walking in the first one, and there's a nice spot here, but it slopes off pretty hard into the thing. You would have a very drop down driveway. Not a ton of water, like it's not like a running creek or anything, but it would be wet, so you still need to put a culvert in. Possible, yes, it would take a ton of dirt, but no, probably not this one.
Yeah.
My brand new microwave.
Hey.
The plasma screen TV
Hey.
with shotgun shells in. Glitter. I'm not gonna let them use the racetrack.
Nope. Not after this.
Glitter on my property.
Wonder if it still works.
Yeah, at least if I get hungry out here while I'm working, I can just go microwave my food.
And watch something on TV.
SpongeBob.
Hey. Put it on our videos.
Have it playing out here for the animals.
Got the new Haltech ECU.
That's Motex.
That's Motec.
Corrosion resistant. Environmental grade. This would be a nice entrance, but we don't own it.
Yeah.
Our technician Clifton here had to rewire the connector. We weren't getting power.
No, it's on FFA. What it is the newer P's actually use a different pin than from the
okay.
G. So all we basically had to do on the FAE harness is move the power wire to match the power wire on the deer. So on the normal one, it's pin H, but on the P, it actually uses pin J. And once we done pin J, we were able to get our Wi-Fi connection to the machine.
Fantastic. So now I can chop down some trees.
Yeah, there's some stuff up.
Well, we got her stick on a lag. Almost got it mulched. Okay, so we're back. Just drove it over this big old, that's a big tree. This thing was killing that tree. I just went too quickly in there.
Several days later.
Just when you think everything's been going well. I locked the door for the first time last week. Just want to make sure, there's some kids around here. Didn't want them to mess with it, so I wanted to make sure the door lock worked. And I didn't know where the key was. So I found the key. I locked the door for the first time. The next day, I unlocked it. Unlocked just fine. Drove the skid steer for about 4 hours. Left the key in the cup holder. Did not lock it back. I just left the key in there. Went home. That was Friday. Today is Monday. Now I'm here and the door's locked. It's not turned like it was when I actually locked it. It was turned horizontal. But it's completely locked. It won't do anything. And then the keys, there it is. Yeah. So, good news. I at least have this. I'm gonna try to get in there and somehow get it with a magnet. Okay, so I don't think myself as a genius,
Real men of genius.
but these pine trees are actually good for something. Actually, this might be a fir tree. Okay, so we are roughly 14 hours into mulching. We have taken 100% density, probably down to about 50-60 on maybe 6 acres so far. Some of this stuff I'm just like undecided whether I want to kill it or not. So I've been killing all the holly, but you know, some of the smaller stuff, oh, that's junk. When you're in the middle of doing it, it's hard to decide what to actually run over and eat and what to leave. So unfortunately, my Monday got a little short. I'm on like a 29% grade right now, which makes it very hard to actually get out of this here. I got a pretty thick holly tree stuck. It's stuck under the thing there, and it's stuck in a tree and in my lines. So here's a knoll, and there's a knoll. Here's where the water runs. I don't love leaving the skid steer on this slope. I don't want to mess up my hydraulic hoses. I am going to go home, bring back the chainsaw tomorrow. I'm just going to chop it there, so then I can actually pick this up and get out of the way.
The next day.
So we're back. This is where we got stuck. Made some progress, killed some holly, and then we got a big holly tree through there. We've got our fancy Lowe's hardware chainsaw. We're gonna chop her up. Day 10. Can't get out. Ugh. So I'm on my way to pick up Dalton. We spent a ton of time at the property, getting it ready, just clearing it out so we can see what we got. Clearing out the underbrush, killing some holly, trying to make some paths, some trails. I'm excited to see what he thinks after a month and a half of hard work.
So as you all know, all good rednecks, we like to be out in the woods, get a little dirty, shoot some guns.
You like getting dirty, I don't like getting dirty.
Yeah, that's true.
guns and eating deer jerky.
There you go.
Hunting, racing, shooting.
There you go. Title of the video.
Getting dirty. It's a big enough interest we can get our 45-foot RV out of there. The things, though, I have not told the neighbors I'm going to go to RACETRACK. I mean, if I lived here, I don't yet, but I might. I would love to have a neighbor with a racetrack. I mean, I would probably pay for that. But since I don't have any neighbors with racetracks, I'll go my own.
You will be the neighbor.
I did already talk to the sheriff department about noise. They basically said, if someone complains, they'll send a deputy out. But all I have to do is be quiet. And after midnight, it resets. Hopefully, we're going to put a gate up. And it's going to be far enough away from the road. By the time the sheriff actually tried to find us, we would be
done.
done.
We'd have mufflers on.
We're going to have to buy a bunch of cheap mufflers from like some rundown exhaust shop and just weld them on
Yes.
all these cars. No, I got picture yours. I did have 811 come out and mark here.
You there?
This crappy truck is that?
I don't know. They got mics and stuff on it.
The only actual like road into the property is right over there, but this house right here owns it. I don't think people have a hard time knowing which one of us likes getting dirty. Which one of us does not like getting dirty.
Yeah. You tell the difference?
We're the same, we're not the same. This is it. We're here. Buddy Andrew at James River Equipment got us this John Deere 333P and FAE mulcher. Definitely been making some progress on it. I still can't drive my truck in more than like, you drive your truck in like these. Then there's some bigger trees there. Currently waiting on grading / timber guy to come knock down the big stuff. Obviously, none of our super lowered cars are going to drive in. This is definitely one of the big projects of getting the slope here grade down to the road. Planning on doing it at least 30. It's gonna be a wide driveway. Yeah. The driveway is definitely gonna be the most expensive part. Thing Dalton's dad, which are an asphalt company, have a driveway that you can drift into.
That'd be cool.
That's my goal. But then there's gonna be a gate. Drift into the gate.
Yeah.
Drift into the gate. You can walk in.
Yeah.
Actually, this is Dalton's second time coming here. The first time was my emergency. Help, I'm stuck. I need somebody with a chainsaw. It's our John Deere over here. It's about 50 hours of working so far. 12 hours in, I got it stuck and had to call Dalton for some help. Day 3 of owning a skid steer. I was mulching trees pretty good. Whoa. And I got stuck. Wouldn't turn right. I was hitting this tree. I wouldn't turn left, obviously hitting that tree, and that tree hit my hydraulic connectors and knocked them off and broke the casting. I do find it funny that they put this warning sticker right where you're knocking trees over. I mean, this thing's like 4 hours old and it's already ripped the sticker off. So, we tried to move without cutting this one down, but it's just not. We're on too much of an incline. 22%. We got her rigged. Alexander County. Ah! Don't you dare start that. Here we are, trying to get the tree to fall this way. Got a notch. I got a strap. I think the wind has stopped for the moment.
Take our opportunity.
He's so proud of us country boys, her.
Look at that.
They're bending. Is that our worker hole access?
Yeah. Look at that. Just enough for an arm.
I'm sure a bodybuilder.
Yeah, for sure.
There are bolts behind this.
Yep, there's 2 nuts to hold there on this.
Oh.
So.
Okay. Okay, so in our rush to get to work, got that couple replaced. We were going to try to replace this one, but we can't get that loose right now. We're going to knife apart this fancy funnel.
Yeah.
Sell it at O'Reilly's after we get in. So we can fill up our hydraulical. That was definitely an eventful day.
Yeah, for sure.
But we got it unstuck now. Put 50 hours with the skid steer in. Okay, we just bought this Bobcat. I bought it from auction. Actually, my son bought it. It was kind of one of those, well, this is the last thing on our bidding list. We haven't won anything else because everything else is overpriced. It does have a 2,000 hour warranty, which we need because the hydraulic's already leaking. We gotta get that fixed. I think this will be helpful, but I also kind of wish I'd have bought a bigger one. I just want to run over things.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's like. That's part of being a redneck.
Yeah.
Running over things.
Destroying things.
Destroying.
Yes.
This is kind of our main spot. Currently, it's been my refueling station for a while. I was just using 5-gallon jugs to refill skid steer, which gets very old very, very quickly. I did print us off this is basically our part of our land map. It does have some ravines. So right here, we're coming in off the road. It's kind of our road's going to be here. Go up to where our main house spot will be, and all of this will probably be kind of racetrack. I technically mapped it out in GIS. We can make a mile-long track all the way around the property, but there are some, you can see there's 2 pretty deep ravines here, and slopes down here towards a creek. There's another creek in a floodplain over here. So got a nice flat building spot over here, nice flat building spot over here. I really do wish we would have gotten a full walkthrough before we did any clearing. But it's too late for that. We've already killed the trees. We're gonna get a nice walkthrough today. We can catalog what it looks like now after I've spent a bunch of time working, and what it looks like after we have the grading and excavating come through in the timber.
So what's the day in the life of owning 100 acres? Do you just, sit here in the skid steer all day while I swim in rod bearings from Subarus?
Wow, I mean, it is nice to drive that thing around, but it's not that bad. After we come in, right here will basically be our first kind of turn. I think we're gonna turn left, like in NASCAR. Yeah. And we may start the rally course track here. We just have 2 options. You can stay with the driveway, like if you're my wife, or if you're a regular person. But if you're feeling frisky, go straight.
I'll say it looks a whole lot more open since the last time I was out here.
So it's kind of our main path. Yeah, so this is a nice spot though, as far as like keeping the driveway. Don't have a lot of water running to it, kind of on the top of the. A month and a half ago, this was all just completely filled woods. This is one of my favorite trees on the property. I don't even know what it's called. Some kind of oak. It looks dead, but it's not actually dead. Yeah, so really, I mean, the main goal obviously would be to live here, enjoy it. And that's all fun. But, the greatest joy in life, like, you can build up something awesome like this. If you never use it, like, for the good of others, then it's kind of wasted. Like we just talked about in our last video. I want to use this. I use everything in my life, but it's not technically sinful to build yourself a house, buy a piece of property. I don't want to use it just for my glory. I want to use it for discipleship. I want to use it for evangelism. I want to have dad-son campouts, invite people over to use the racetrack, and then share the gospel with them. Kind of use it as a private community thing. You will have to sign lots of waivers, but after you sign all the waivers, then you're just part of our family.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, one of the greatest things I was just thinking about, obviously you and Nathan both started out as interns, but joy and privilege it was to be would you consider me your best man in your wedding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I probably should have asked him that before we took the video, but to get to be the best man in your wedding, get to be the best man in Nathan's wedding, not because I'm some super cool guy. I'm really not cool at all. Just a redneck that doesn't like to get dirty. Our relationship was based off fun and cars and stuff, but really is about discipleship. You just instill what little value of what I had, help you to follow Jesus. And the same thing with Nathan. So even getting to play a role in seeing Nathan, the Lord save him, and show him that he wasn't a Christian, that he had never been changed, he wasn't born again. In my mind, like, that's the goal for this, is just to continue doing that.
Yeah, opportunities.
So I just thought about, it's kind of a weird, morbid thought being 32 years old, but who would be at my funeral if I were to die today? Not that, like, my motivation in life is to have a huge funeral. So I was just thinking about, like, one of the guys in my life, like, there's not gonna be a big enough place in Hickory, North Carolina to hold all the people that will want to come and pay their respects and say something about this man who, whether it was just for 5 minutes, he just stopped what he was doing to, like, love on them, give them a Bible verse, share some of his testimony with them, feed them. Just so many people in this area he's impacted. That's what I want to do when I stand before God, is to have this heavy crown of rewards of all that reward Christ earned, and just to throw it back at his feet. But not to just make this like, here's my crown for everything I did for Jesus, and I throw it back at his feet, and it's just, doesn't even make a sound. I want to throw like a 5,000 pound boulder crown, and like all of heaven ring out like a cymbal.
That goes.
Not because I'm worthy or because I did anything cool, because he's worthy. I struggle personally. Like, really cool the first time buying property, but you buy it and you spend a lot of money, and then you buy a John Deere, and it's like, man, you can really easily just get caught up in the worldliness, like being consumed of becoming your God, like building your kingdom and doing it all for you. So you definitely have to be into, and I don't have it figured out, but you definitely have to figure out intentional ways to set your mind on things above, as Colossians 3 says, to constantly be reminding yourself every day, this earth is not my home. No matter how nice a house I build, no matter how big my business gets, I'm going to be dead. It's going to burn. This isn't my home. I'm just an alien, a stranger here. You want to be a good steward? You have $1 million to go build yourself a private racetrack. I don't have $1 million to go build. But if you did, just because you have it doesn't mean you should spend it. The stewardship aspect of making sure, like, hey, this sounds like a really cool idea, but like at some point the cost just exceeds the value of it, and you become a bad steward at that time. Part of my mind over the next few months was clearing this out, seeing if it's going to be feasible, seeing if it's a good investment. This is where we want to live forever. Seeing what the sunset looks like, seeing what the land looks like after you clear out some trees, getting an estimate on what it's going to cost. It may not be feasible, asphalt-wise. We still build some dirt tracks. We're still up in the air on that. There will be at least one asphalt section. I will say that. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think whenever you kind of understand that this is not our home for an alienated stranger, I think that's whenever we can truly start to recognize the beauty of creation. I mean, we look around, like, this is not our home. Man did not make this, but it's beautiful. And everything that God made is beautiful. Yeah, I think that humbling ourselves to understand that this is not our home, that everything we do here needs to be for God's glory, not for man's glory. I think then we can truly recognize the beauty. I mean, hear the birds, see the sun, see that beautiful tree. I think that's whenever we can truly understand how good God is.
I definitely think there's a humbling aspect just of being in the woods, like, and that sounds dumb. Look around and you say, wow, I didn't do any of this. I didn't cause this ground to be here. I didn't cause that spring or that stream to create. You read Job, and like, God puts Job in his place by basically saying, hey, where were you when I made Orion's belt? Where were you when I told the waves and the sands, you shall go no further? And I told the mountain peaks to rise and the valleys to go down. And you were nowhere. You had no say. I didn't need your opinion. I think that'd be awesome to have Job just written, Job 38 through 41 was written all over these trees. You just come out here and you're like, wow, this tree has been here for longer than I've been alive. You hear about these animals. I mean, there's so many things that are completely outside of your control. As much as you try, you can come in here, take dominion, as we are called to do as men. As soon as you clear this out and you plant grass, that grass is going to start taking dominion on its own. And it's just a realization of how small you are. No matter how smart you think you are, how much money you have, how strong you think you are, in comparison to the Lord of glory, you're nothing. You're a drop in a bucket. You're an ant. And we're all just a drop in a bucket. I think it is a humbling thing of just seeing the glory of God. Psalm 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day to day they pour forth speech. Night to night they reveal his knowledge. They're without words, but here they are. And that's why we could say with confidence in Romans 1, there are no atheists, because everyone knows that God exists. His power is evident for them. Power, his knowledge, his glory, the fact that he would even desire to have a relationship with us is glorious. This is like the main logging road that basically goes down the length of the middle of the property.
Hey, that's what the Miata looks like. Rusty.
Hey, now, I spray painted it. That's how I knew this was the right place for us then, because there was already a car that just got left in the woods.
Yes.
There is a VIN plate on it. ChatGPT said it's between a 1941 and a 1949 Dodge pickup. I'm sure it was not used for moonshine.
Sure.
That is the only building on the property currently. Nothing in it. Don't try to steal anything out of it. There's nothing in it. Actually, there's a lawn chair that me and Rylan use for hunting. You know you're in Alexander County whenever there's chicken houses behind your property. I don't know if we'll make the track come back here or not. We probably use some of this over here. I've only spent a little bit of time in this area, kind of close to the chicken house, but it is levels out, but it's not like a crazy ravine. And you could totally use this for a bank turn. You come in, jam on the brakes from 300 miles an hour, pull the e-brake. Right now we're kind of in this area. It's kind of flat knoll over there. It does have a spring at the bottom for water, just kind of flows into the creek. Tarzan through the jungle.
Whoa. Whoa.
I want to say for the whole Jeep. Is Dalton really a monkey?
Make it little.
Watch out below.
There we go.
You gotta swing. Hey, you swinging? Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Look, he even got dirty. What does it mean?
X
What
marks the
language is it
spot.
in?
Means there's
Is it a
treasure.
hieroglyphic? I definitely feel like you could have a nice NASCAR turn. See it right there.
Yep.
And then come back down the hill.
Yep.
And this will probably be wet for the most part. Go back up that hill.
Yeah. I see that.
Here's my request to ChatGPT. Like, oh hey, here's my land. Can you please draw me a track inside of it? And it does that. Oh,
Neighborhood.
thanks. So you want me to race through that person's front
Their
door?
house.
Can you please refine it and provide a corrected version? Corrected version.
Whoa.
Refined.
Not even a circle track.
When your moonshining days are over, you just leave your truck in the woods and shoot it every once in a while. 4112-88191. If this is your vehicle, please call us immediately about your vehicle's extended warranty. We would like to offer you a 3-year money-back guarantee for 34 miles. So this is kind of the central place we want to build our house. You have your house, and then you just look out your bathroom, and there's your racetrack. You just sit in the dining room table and watch your friends and family race around. Your cats. I'm gonna teach my cats. They're gonna make a YouTube because my cats are gonna be the first cats ever to learn how to drive a go-kart.
I think we could do that. That's doable.
Most talented cats in the
Yes.
world. And initially, we're gonna have the driveway come in directly on the path, but now we want to curve the house a little bit so that the front door's kind of here, and you get sunlight for the pool in the back. That means we need to also curve the driveway. The driveway's gonna curve here somehow, and then kind of come this direction into the house. Next video, this will all be cleared. If you have any questions about today's content or Bible study, please reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook, Wretched Racing. You can email us at wretchedracing@gmail.com. If you'd like a Bible or any kind of gospel material, we would love to send it to you for free. We also have t-shirts and hoodies. Thanks for watching.